Hey everybody, it's Robert here with the Hustle Nation. Hope you had a fantastic week, and now I'm ready to get my grind on. Had basically 2 days off, and that was absolutely fantastic. Now I'm ready to make some money. We're all about financial independence here, and I want you to experience the same thing as well. Before I go further, do me a favor. Ding ding, hit that like button. If you're a new viewer, please subscribe. And I got a deal for you. No money out of your pocket. You want some of my time, 15 minutes, free phone call. Just send me a email with your phone number and I will give you a call. You can ask me any question, real estate, dump trailers, side hustles, business, entrepreneur, doesn't matter. And you get 15 minutes of my time for free. So there you have it. It's Money Monday, my favorite subject to talk about. There's just so much that revolves around money. And it's such a perplexing thing in the sense that so many people are more apt to tell you about how they have the bedroom than they are about their financial habits, okay? And the thing that I seem to come to the conclusion about is that the vast majority of people in the back of their head know that they should be doing something different with their money, and they just happen not to be. And so they're making a conscious decision not to do anything concerning the money. Well, there's a couple of problems that occur with that. One of them is we lose money by not taking action. What do I mean by that? Very simply is that if you have money, we'll just say sitting in the bank, okay? And personally, I am of the mindset that 6 months worth of living expenses sitting in the bank underneath your pillow in a mason jar in the backyard, or so that you can get to it within an hour, and then everything else needs to be making you money. And when I can talk about making money, I'm talking about outrunning inflation for the most part. Now, we've had some really high inflation here in the last year, okay? Some things I've seen go up 30%. Are you going to be able to invest in something that outruns that? More than likely not, okay? However, generally speaking, inflation's 5 to 7%, okay? So you need to put your money into something that's going to do better than 7%. Might be a dividend paying stock. You might need to get involved in a real estate, a REIT fund, an index fund, or, buy some rental properties and start doing it like that. Me personally, I love real estate. Okay, I love buying ugly houses, love working on them, love making them beautiful. Right now we're in the process. We took out a load-bearing wall, opened up the kitchen. We're going to be cutting the bathroom floor to move the commode about 90 degrees over this way and make the bathtub slide it over and do some other things. And then we're going to be adding a bathroom to the property as well. And these are just some of the things that we enjoy doing. And this was a house that I bought, paid $13,000 for it. I've had it about 3.5, 4 years. It's probably taken in between 30 and 35,000, somewhere in there. And I did have to put a roof on it. That's about 9,000. And it does not have central heat and air. That's going to get put in, and then we're going to dump some money into it, but it's going to be worth a whole lot more. And now it's going to be in a position where I don't have to worry about it for 10 years or 15 years because everything's going to be new on it. Doing new plumbing throughout. PEX pipe from the water meter going into the house. It's got old cast iron. At one time it had problems with the cast iron because they had already put CPVC and wrapped it around the outside of the house. And so, a lot of the building materials in the older homes where the cash flow is the best, they have a life expectancy. They're not going to go forever. So, we're going to get this property up and going. It'll probably be done in about 2 months. And I got people that are already interested in moving into it. I got that fiveplex that had the fire in the bottom unit. We're going to be having the top unit here in the next week or two up and going, and then we're going to be working on the other units, and I got somebody that's going to be moving out And so we're probably going to end up redoing that property completely as far as new PEX pipe for all the plumbing and redo some of the wood and everything like that. But we're going to get that property looking good and performing well, and just trying to move forward with it and everything. So I'm going to go into a little bit of whiteboard with you. One of the things that's happened with me is I am trying to get all my affairs in order, okay? I'm not planning on dying anytime soon or anything like that, but I'm in a unique position that, you know, I'm not married, I don't have any kids. Relative, my mom, I don't want her burdened with the properties. She doesn't want anything to do with them. And so I need to get my affairs in order, because what I don't want to happen is for everything to end up in probate, and then money gets lost. We're having to, people are having to fight back and forth with the state or anything like that. And this is real important, folks, because there's karma that's attached with money, that if we take it, it's going to take care of us, all right? But if we, for lack of better words, just turn a blind eye, it's not going to happen, okay? And it's not going to go away, and it's not going to get better with us doing nothing, okay? That's the definition of insanity, doing nothing and expecting things to get better. Most of y'all have heard insanity is doing the same thing twice and expecting different results. Well, insanity is also doing nothing and expecting things to get better. Not going to happen, okay? So I'm going to get all my affairs in order, and basically I'm going to put together what we call the death folder. Doesn't sound glamorous, however, it is necessary, okay? And that's going to be every mortgage that I have, every person, every contact number, people that I owe money to, people that owe me money, all of the residents that live in my properties, their contact information, their phone numbers, what the rent is, copy of the lease and everything, okay? This is all extremely important, folks. In case you go, you better have some really good information there for others to go on. And guess what? They're going to thank you. That's going to be such a blessing. If you have ever been burdened with somebody dying and then having to be a part of that without any instruction and no will, and then the state gets involved because there was no direction, no legal documents, no power of attorney or anything like that, it's not a good situation to be in. And guess what? There's a lot of people that are going to make some money, and unfortunately it's not the people that you want your money going to when this situation occurs. So, and I just want you to know, just being totally transparent and straight up, I am not a legal, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just kind of a dude trying to make his way in life and become financially independent so I can go and make some more decisions with a lot more options of living a better life if those are the choices that I want to make, and today they are, okay? So take that with a grain of salt, wherever you want to put it at and everything. I'm not an expert, okay? This is just what I've found that works for myself. And the high point of this week, or I don't know if it's a high point, but the thing I'm looking forward to is tomorrow I'm going to be going and seeing a Chinese acrobat show. And those are something that I really like doing, kind of like the Cirque du Soleil show and everything like that. But guess what? The reason that I'm able to go and do that is because money, okay? If I had no money, I was broke, I wouldn't have that choice. And so the thing about it is that with having financial ways and means, I wouldn't say that I'm financially independent at this point, but with having money, you're able to have more decisions that you can make. You have more freedom, you have more options, okay? So the thing about it is that that's what we're all after, is that freedom. You know, I'll never forget, I was a millwright in a foundry, second best paying place to work in this town, small country town, and everybody in the maintenance department, virtually everybody, was in a situation that they had to work there, and they had to work all the overtime, and because they financially had to have that much money. And so I'll never forget when, I saved up enough money to quit and finished my last 2 semesters in college. I got a 2-year degree in industrial electricity and electronics, and finished up my last 2 semesters that, I went in there and said, hey, I'm done, and here's my 2-week notice. And I'll never forget somebody saying, people don't quit this. And I was like, I do. And there was a tremendous amount of freedom. And I knew I was going to be out of work for 6 weeks. And I had enough money to be able to fade that and the next 6 months to get my degree and go to school full time. And the thing was, I'll never forget, a couple of guys told me that as soon as they found out and said, hey man, I heard that you're quitting and everything, how is that possible? And I was sitting there thinking to myself, and I was very financially ignorant at the time, but I wasn't so ignorant that I didn't understand that, if you have the money, you're able to do this. But they were all of the mindset that, basically we're going to have to keep working for the rest of our lives. And that's just not me at all, okay? And I'm going to choose where I go to work and what I do to make money instead of having to take whatever it is that's placed right in front of me. The thing is that, they had just come out with doing a 401k, and I don't think at that time the company was matching it. And so we all said, let's go ahead and, get involved with this. And so there was somewhat of a financial knowledge starting to float around that, hey, there's something different than the way that we're doing things, and we can actually, make some money or have some money, and we don't have to be destitute for the rest of our life. So, that was just one of the things that happened. But again, I'm going to get on the whiteboard for a little bit. We're going to go over a few things. Hope you have a fantastic day. And again, if you're interested in the phone call, free 15 minutes with me, just send me an email. It is in the description, and I will give you a call. All right. So, you get a will. Have that made out. That's basically going to direct traffic to whoever gets what, so to speak. You can make it real blanket, like all my finances, or you can get very specific, like $279.89 goes to so-and-so. However you want to do it, all right? One thing to ask an attorney about is what we call a trust. A trust is basically where a governing body has control over everything, that in the event that you die, okay, that this is who steps in and divvies everything up, takes care of it, whatever, adheres to your wishes, and that way the state doesn't get involved. Always check your local laws. Please, please, go talk with an attorney, okay? It's well worth the $250, $300 an hour, whatever it is. It's well worth it, instead of doing some type of internet thing that, hey, you can get this done for $189 and we'll show you how to do it and everything like that. It might not be the best. It might not be totally legit. It might be completely useless in your state, okay? Every's different laws when it comes to when somebody dies, okay? Talk to an expert, okay? I go to an estate planning attorney for doing this type of stuff. I don't go see a real estate attorney. I don't go see a criminal attorney for this, okay? Go see somebody that specializes. What's one way to do that? If you know an attorney, ask him, say, hey, if you were to, who would you hire in town to help get your affairs in order in case you die? And see what they have to say, okay? Next thing. P-O-D. Pay on death. All your bank accounts, you can have a name on there that says that upon them producing a death certificate with your name on it, then they get the account. Very simply is what happens in my state. If I die and there's nobody on the account, no joint ownership, no POD, the state gets that money. They take everything, they put it together, and then somebody's going to look at everything and say, okay, well, the next of kin is this person. Guess what? No telling how long that might take. puts a burden on people that are in your life that might be that next of kin, okay? So make sure you got your POD on there. Could be a friend, could be a pastor, could be, an attorney that acts as a trustee for, whatever it is. But it's called payable on death. They just have to produce a death certificate, make sure that they know it. Hey, you're my POD. When I die, go look for this account bank with this number on it and get some money, do with it as I say, or, if you leave it to them, say have a good time, whatever it is, okay? All of this, folks, is that you're taking care of your money, okay? If you don't take care of it, guess what? You're not going to have any. It's going to be gone, okay? This is all extremely important, and I can't stress to you enough how many times I've come across properties that ended up, people were not able to save families, help them out financially and everything because the property could not be sold because it was in probate, because somebody did not take care of their affairs, okay? This is not going to go away. You're just not going to pull your head out of the sand and all of a sudden your affairs are all in order and taken care of and everything. That ain't going to happen, all right? Whether you want to deal with this or not, somebody's going to have to deal with it, and hopefully it's going to be the person that you want. So there you have it for Money Monday. Hope you have a wonderful day. If you would, hit that like button as well. And again, if you want 15 minutes of my time, free of charge, just send me an email with a phone number and I will give you a call. Have yourself a very wonderful day.